Outside the BB&T Center, Game 5 tonight between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers. Evan Klosky here. The fans starting to trickle out to the concourse. All right, it was a bit sleepy 30 minutes ago, but just in this past 15 minutes, we're starting to see more and more fans, obviously heavily Florida Panthers. But we have been meeting some Lightning fans out here, seeing a handful of Hedman jerseys over there, but you're seeing a ton of red and white, and of course, why wouldn't you? We're in Sunrise, beautiful Sunrise, 15,000 fans in the stands today. That is a change from what we saw the last time we were here for Games 1 and Games 2. In those scenarios, 9,000 fans in the stands, and let me tell you something, it was rocking in that building. Now, we got 15,000, which is 75% capacity. We were able to talk with Blake Coleman today after practice, and he said this is exactly what you sign up for as a player. This is playoff hockey. These are the environments you want to be in. That's why you want to be in the playoffs. This is exactly what they grew up doing, and this Stanley Cup defending champion team, they missed all of that last year. And not to mention all these teams playing in front of fans again. It's a totally new experience, and it's something that they need to get reaccustomed to as we all enjoy a little bit of normalcy again. And I'm just pulling up the Facebook Live. Please drop any questions in the Facebook Live. I have it up on my phone, and midway through I'm going to check in, see if you have any questions, and I can answer them. The big news here for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Nikita Kucherov and Mikhail Sergachev will be playing tonight. That's according to head coach John Cooper. If you remember in Game 4, just an ugly, ugly affair there at the end of the contest. Really, in the first period of Game 4, the Florida Panthers dominated the Tampa Bay Lightning, except in one category, and that's goals. The most important of them all as the Lightning entered the second period, leading 3-1. By the end of the game, the Lightning were up 6-2, and then the Panthers with a really dirty slash on Nikita Kucherov. He limped off the ice. Obviously, not a terrible injury. Then Mikhail Sergachev, he gets run into the boards. He also had to leave the ice. Another good piece of news from the Lightning today at practice, Barclay Goodrow practiced today. It's the first time we've seen him in a while. Now, he's unavailable tonight, still might be unavailable for this series, but even dating back to before Game 1, John Cooper said he doesn't know if Goodrow would be available during the series, but maybe towards the end of it. And he's a bit more optimistic towards the next series, if that would be against the Hurricanes or the Predators. The Canes and Predators actually tied up 2-2. I don't know if you've been following that series, but in the last two matchups in Nashville, both games went to double overtime. Both times the Predators win. So that series is heading back to Carolina, and that would be a huge momentum swing for the Lightning if they can enter the next series against the Predators, obviously being rated higher than them. They would have home ice advantage, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. The big thing is the Lightning historically are 13-11 in Game 5, but recently they're winners in 8 of their last 10. And then when entering Game 5, leading the series 3-1, they have won 7 out of 10 times. So really in this spot, they have been very fortunate. They have mostly ended things historically speaking. And even if you don't get the job done tonight, you can always get the job done in Game 6, which will be in a couple days on Wednesday at Amalie Arena. If they can't get the job done tonight, they can't get the job done on Wednesday, you and I are going to be right back in the same spot on Friday for Game 7, spot all Lightning fans do not want to be in. So we won't focus on that until we have to focus on that. The number one thing, the number one X factor for the Lightning during this series, the power play. Unbelievable job with Nikita Kucherov, the head of the snake there. Kucherov actually has 9 points in the playoffs. He has 3 goals, 6 assists. All right. He actually has the franchise record for the most points in a playoff series. The franchise record is 10, set by Kucherov. He's at 9 right now. He can tie or break that record tonight, and of course, if the series continues to go on, he can get more and more points. When he got 10 the first time around, that was in 5 games. He would do the same thing tonight if he can tie or match. But on the power play, or tie or beat, I should say, on the power play, the Lightning are 7 of 15. 7 of 15, nearly 50% when they go on the power play, they're going to score. Now the Panthers, they've been pretty darn good as well. Special teams, not a strong suit, though the Lightning really held its own the last game when they had about 7 penalties, 2 of which the Panthers scored off of, and that was the result of the 6-2 score. But Nikita Kucherov, Steven Stamkos, Killer, there's really no good way to stop them. Hedman in the back, when they get into that special teams unit, they're really going to step on your throats. And even Blake Coleman in Game 1 scored on the shorty. So the Panthers have yet to figure that out. They really weren't a good special teams unit in the regular season, so it's no surprise when you have one of the best units in the NHL going at you during the playoffs that you're able to succeed. Now, the Panthers, the one key storyline for Florida and Joel Quenneville is the goaltending. You signed Sergei Bobrovsky this year to a 7-year deal, no trade clause. You start him Game 1, you pull him. Then Driedge comes in for Game 2. He stinks it up. You pull him, he plays in Game 2. Game 3 is where he stunk it up. Then you pull him, you get Bob in. That's when the Panthers win. Then you start Bob in Game 4. He stinks. Driedge is in. I know if you're getting confused, I'm getting confused because Quenneville has been flip-flopping. Game 5, Spencer Knight, the hotshot rookie prospect, one of the best goaltending prospects in the NHL, is slated to start for Florida, make his postseason debut similar to Driedge a few games ago. And that's a heck of a spot to put one of your best prospects in. Hey kid, down 3-1, come save us. Now Knight is a spectacular player, someone who we expect to do big things for this franchise a long time. But who knows what to expect when you throw a kid in this situation. And if your other 2 goaltenders haven't figured it out, I don't know if this guy is going to particularly get it done either. So seeing a lot of Let's Go Bolts on Facebook. Amazing to see what you guys are out there from home. We're meeting a lot of people from Tampa here. And yeah, most importantly when it comes to this team, and we've heard it as I'm hearing myself speak twice. We're gonna turn myself off there. Here's the thing: when talking with the team and getting into the muck of the action that we saw in Game 4, they're an experienced bunch. They have been here before, and it's been a long time for them to break through. Killorn talked about that. They worked so dang hard to finally win the cup. They were so close so many times. They finally have gotten it done. And the thing that strikes me the most is, as Killorn said, he never believed it when players said after winning one that you want to continually do it and the hunger's out there more. But he says after last year, he gets it. Because once you have the title, you never want to give up the title, and you're trying to prove that you're always the king of the castle, the king of the mountain. So this experience is really what has carried the Lightning over the Panthers for the predominant portion of this series. Now, talking to John Cooper, we have mentioned the shot disparity. If you look at the black and white numbers, the shots that Florida has had, the shots that Tampa Bay has had, Florida has blown out Tampa Bay in that category. Now, Cooper said, look, ask me what the power play shots disparity are. We didn't have those numbers, but he says for the most part, the Lightning have been scoring very early on the power play. For the Panthers, they have been either scoring late on the power play or they haven't been scoring at all. So for them, he's kind of saying, look, the shot disparity is what it is because, they're at a man advantage and we're holding our own for a much longer time than what they're doing on us. So that's important to recognize. But even saying that, the Lightning are definitely getting a little bit outpaced in parts, or they're definitely getting outpaced in parts, but in some portions of the game, they're also getting outplayed and finding ways to bend and not break, finding ways to keep themselves in it or ahead on the scoreboard when analytics are saying they shouldn't be. And that's really calls into the whole point of this experience and being there before, something the Panthers have not been since 1996. That is when the Panthers made their Stanley Cup run and lost. They have not made it to the second round since. And when you see them just start losing focus at the end of Game 4, tone setting, sending a message, those are some of the things that they try to do in Game 1. You wonder if they have it up here yet, the experience to make it through and to come back in a series, because Here's the thing with the Lightning, all right? When they go up 2-0 in a series, they have been 6-0 in the past. If they can get it done in this series, they'll be 7-0. Again, puck drops, 8 o'clock inside the BB&T Center. 15,000 fans inside the building. Last time we were here, it was 9,000 plus for games 1 and games 2. It was a raucous crowd. An unbelievable environment. I am going to have goosebumps walking inside that building, being up in that press box, looking down on everybody, and just hearing this eruption of noise. And we got Panthers fans here, obviously. They got to rep their squad, but you know, I see Lightning fans. I see a little blue. I see a little blue. So, you know, if there are 15,000 Panthers fans here, I'm assuming there's probably going to be like 2-3 Bolts fans, but 3,000 Bolts fans. But it is what it is. It's an amazing evening here in Sunrise. We're going to have tremendous playoff hockey on display. The Sunshine State Showdown has been nothing short of spectacular outside of the end of Game 4. The muckiness of this, the ugliness of it, that we can do away with. But Game 1, we had a fast and furious pace with Braden Point sealing the deal with that goal with 74 seconds left. Game 2 was more of a slog, exactly the way that the Lightning want to play. They controlled the pace of that thing, went up by a 2-goal lead, and held on the rest of the way. Game 3, once again, right up at the Panthers' pace, fast and furious. We're pumping music here, we're getting excited. And took a 6-5 win for the Panthers to pull it out. And then in Game 4, honestly, it was a 6-2 win. Probably a bit uglier in the scoreboard than what it was when you watch the whole game back. But Andrei Vasilevsky, really these past couple of games, and I don't care about the goals on the scoreboard, especially in that 6-5 game, he has kept this team afloat. While you watch the Panthers continually change goalies left and right, and other teams in this league have done it too during the playoffs, it reminds you of how lucky this franchise is to have the big cat back there to keep this team, you know, in it. When things aren't really working their way, when they need help on the power play, when they need help on the defensive side of things, especially with Victor Hedman not 100% in these playoffs. Again, puck drops, 8 o'clock. We're about to trickle inside of there. Remember, you can follow all the action on our social media accounts. You obviously have us on Facebook. You can jump on our Instagram. You can hit me up on Twitter at eKlosky WTSP. Once again, at eKlosky WTSP. Mikhail Sergachev and Nikita Kucherov will be playing tonight after those injuries in Game 4, so we're all good there. And also Spencer Knight of the Panthers, the rookie prospect, one of the most highly regarded prospects in the NHL as far as goaltenders are concerned, should be, he was starting practice yesterday, should be starting this game for the Florida Panthers. Again, the BB&T Center, 15,000 strong. We will be here, and we will provide you coverage on 10 Tampa Bay at 11 o'clock. It's going to be a quick turnaround. We're excited to give it to you. Thank you so much for joining us on this Facebook Live. We hope that we're back in Tampa Bay tomorrow, and we're back for good.